Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thanks for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. We are starting with Sony confirming they will be attending CES 2025. Not necessarily surprising, but still something that I think you guys are going to want to pay attention to. This is something that Sony's been doing pretty much every year, and PlayStation has been showing up. Now, when it comes to the type of presence that PlayStation ends up having at this conference, that certainly varies from year to year. There are more significant years than others. For example, when PSVR 2 was getting ready to launch, it did show up at CES, and they did, I believe, show Horizon Call of the Mountain, and, you know, there was like a pretty significant presence for that there. A previous year, I think it was actually the launch year of the PS5, they revealed the official PS5 logo. But like last year, for example, you'll probably see the footage playing in the background. There wasn't anything that major that showed up at CES. It was pretty tame. But, you know, every year when they do this, we don't really know what to expect when it comes to what they're going to talk about when it comes to PlayStation. Obviously, because it is CES, it is the Consumer Electronics Show. There's going to be a focus on, you know, upcoming and future technology from Sony. And so, yeah, it's hard to say what we could expect, but either way, I did want to let you guys know about this because there is a chance Sony could show up with a little surprise. I wouldn't get your hopes up. But either way, we'll be covering it when it rolls around on January 6th. This is what they confirmed over on their website. So just wanted to inform you guys about that. But moving on to the next topic, we have an interesting report regarding Final Fantasy games being tested on the PlayStation 5 Pro, being reported by WCCF Tech. They say the PlayStation 5 Pro Game Boost mode can bring significant improvements in terms of image quality and performance, even in games that haven't been patched to take advantage of all the system's features, a new analysis highlighted. In a new video shared over the weekend, Digital Foundry took a good look at how the current generation Final Fantasy games run on the mid-generation system released last month. Being the only PS5 Pro enhanced title, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is clearly the star of the show. In the new versatility mode, only available on PS5 Pro, the second entry in the remake series features improved image clarity and more stable performance over the performance mode in pretty much every scenario. In combination with a small resolution boost over the base model, the PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution Upscaler delivers some impressive results, although with some issues that are unique to the game, such as vegetation issues, both at a distance and up close, and common among games using the current iteration of the upscaler, which should become a thing of the past in future versions. Things get more interesting with the other current generation Final Fantasy games, as none of them have received PS5 Pro patches. Final Fantasy XVI, for example, shows significant improvements in both display modes. In graphics mode, for example, Game Boost mode allows the game to run at a higher internal resolution, which results in clearer and more detailed image output. Performance mode sports a far smaller internal resolution boost, but considerably more stable performance with a 24% uplift, which often falls into the system's VRR range. In scenarios where the base model struggles to hit 60 FPS, the PS5 Pro manages to do so consistently. In addition, the game's combination of TSC-MAA and FSR1 leaves much of the image pixel structure intact, resulting in less aliasing on the mid-gen system. Final Fantasy XIV improvements are significant on the PlayStation 5 Pro with Game Boost, with up to a 40% performance improvement in 4K mode with dynamic resolution off. On the new system, the game manages to hit 60 FPS consistently, and only the most intense scenarios cause drops. At 1440p resolution, the game also often manages to hit 120 FPS, resulting in great image fluidity. Even Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins sports a more stable performance on the PS5 Pro without a dedicated patch, which is a significant improvement for an intense action game that was developed by Team Ninja. So I just wanted to go over this with you guys because these are games that I think quite a few people were waiting to see fully tested by Digital Foundry. Obviously, FF7 Rebirth, we already know that that is going to get the most improvement because it has a dedicated patch, but it's really good to hear that games like Final Fantasy 16, for example, are getting a pretty significant uplift without needing an actual patch. And so there you go. Moving on to the next topic, we have an interesting write-up regarding Naughty Dog being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. Naughty Dog co-founder Andy Gavin has said that the decision to sell the studio to Sony stemmed from skyrocketing costs of development. In a candid LinkedIn post, Gavin revealed that the leadership was under immense stress over budgets, leading them to their decision to sell Naughty Dog and secure its future. Founded in 1984 as Jam Software Inc., Naughty Dog was in operation for nearly 2 decades before the rise in cost of development prompted its sale to then Sony Computer Entertainment. In his notes, Gavin said that between 1999 and 2001, Jak and Daxter's budget had busted the $15 million mark. By 2004, the cost of AAA games like Jak 3 had soared to $45 to $50 million, and they have been rising ever since. Back in 2000, we were still self-funding every project, and the stress of financing these ballooning budgets independently was enormous. Gavin added that budgets continue to be a major issue in the AAA development space, and Naughty Dog isn't the only studio that resorted to a sale to get the funding it needed to develop games it wanted to make. Looking back, it was the right call. AAA games have only gotten more expensive since then. Today's big budget games can easily cost $300 to $400 or even $500 million to develop. So I just wanted to throw this out there because I thought it was kind of an interesting piece of Naughty Dog history here, where we have the co-founder of the studio actually kind of revealing why they decided to sell to Sony. And when you think about it, I can't see how they could view it as a mistake, right? Looking at the trajectory of Naughty Dog and where they are today, and you know how much Sony has contributed in trying to build that studio up, it was, I think, the right call as well. Moving on to the next topic, this is something that I wanted to cover once again because we have another Xbox journalist / insider reiterating the situation when it comes to exclusivity going forward into 2025 and beyond for Xbox games, and how it sounds like we really can expect a lot more titles to be announced for PS5 in the coming months and years. Being reported by Gaming Bolt, it says, per journalist Jez Corden, the sight of a first-party Microsoft title releasing as an Xbox exclusive is going to grow exceedingly rare. Speaking during a recent Xbox 2 podcast episode, Corden stated that though he is not familiar with Microsoft's full release roadmap, based on what he has heard, first-party Xbox games releasing as Xbox console exclusives will be, quote, an exception going forward. As per Corden, barring unforeseen factors, such as a lack of development time or resources, for instance, the plan is for all first-party Microsoft titles to also be ported to PlayStation consoles. And so this is something he did kind of casually talk about, I would say, on X, but again, it was very casual and I did cover it, but now he is coming out and basically stating it more clearly that he did speak to sources at Microsoft, and the sources are telling him that going forward, first-party exclusives will really not be a thing, at least not intentionally. So any games we see that are not going to be announced for PS5 or ready for PS5 when they come out, it's simply due to timing and resources. It has nothing to do with them not wanting to put it on the console. I do think that this is quite significant because it goes to show that I would say a lot of the conversations that people have had over the last year kind of insinuating that Microsoft still wants to hold on to some form of exclusivity, and, you know, there are certain games that are off limits, or, you know, they're going to do like a 3 to 6 month timed exclusivity specifically to keep Xbox console players happy. It seems like none of that is actually on the table or going to happen. It seems very clear at this point that they are, you know, they're all in with the full slate mentality, but it's just literally the time and resources might not actually be ready as soon as they want to make this happen. But Can't say I'm surprised by this, but it's very interesting to look back at the last 12 months, how rapidly this has all escalated. But we are going to move on to the next set of topics, which talks about GTA 6 trailer number 2 possibly coming tomorrow, at least according to some people online. Being reported by Push Square, they say it's been over a year since we last got a look at GTA 6, and fans are driving themselves utterly insane convincing themselves a new trailer is due to drop on December 27th. The obsession with the number 27 started when Rockstar North employees started posting pictures of holiday swag they'd received from the company. In one photo, fans picked up on a note on the staffer's coffee table with various references to the number 27 included within. It since snowballed, with all sorts of nonsense theories flying around that allegedly corroborate the claims. Developer Rockstar was supposedly founded on December 27, 1998. For example, its Instagram account has 27 posts. The numbers 27 appeared in a hyperlink it shared on social media recently. Yeah, we think some fans are going a bit too far, but another pulled various numbers out of the aforementioned GTA 6 trailer and calculated them in such a way that they revealed the December 27th date. In all reality, this big brain thinking is a total figment of fans' imaginations, and while we suppose it's not impossible for Rockstar to post the trailer later this week, it doesn't feel particularly likely. Officially, the game is still on track for release in 2025. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about this because, yes, I've been seeing a lot of people chiming in when it comes to this conversation around the rumored GTA 6 trailer number 2 dropping on December 27th. I do understand where they're coming from. I was there for the whole blue box situation and got wrapped up in that. So when it comes to coming up with crazy, nonsensical theories that you really want to believe are true, I totally get it. But it's interesting this time around because I am not actually anticipating GTA 6 trailer number 2. I'm just assuming they're going to reveal it sometime next year. I'm not necessarily in any rush, but if somehow, some way, these individuals end up being correct about this and tying all of this together, and this was all intentional, that would be pretty wild. I don't think anybody would have expected Rockstar to kind of handle it that way and tease things that way. But yeah, people are becoming obsessed with the number 27 when it comes to GTA 6. And so we will find out tomorrow if they were correct or not. But to close out the video, we have one more topic regarding GTA 6 being reported by WCCF Tech. It says, now that we are mere days away from 2025, GTA 6 is starting to materialize as the proverbial elephant in the room, something that nobody in the gaming industry will be able to ignore one way or the other when it ships next fall. Rockstar owner Take-Two is certainly eager to repeat the success of Grand Theft Auto 5, which became the second best-selling game of all time after Minecraft with over 200 million units sold. CEO Strauss Zelnick recently spoke a bit about the next GTA in a video interview with Connor Mather, hyping it up with a single sentence. I would say I think it'll be extraordinary and worth waiting for. Later in the chat, Zelnick spoke in more general terms about the GTA community's feedback, and he seemed to hint that Rockstar has prepared features and content that fans might not have dreamed of for GTA 6. We definitely listen to feedback from our fans, absolutely. You need to in our business, and you'll be able to. But remember, the biggest hits are always the ones that are unexpected. Everything that we do has to be new and different, not derivative. So by definition, when people are commenting on something that is in the market, that means they're looking at something that was done before. Our teams are focused on what's new that you haven't even thought about. Like, you thought you were anticipating this thing, but this is way bigger and way better and more exciting and more beautiful than you could have possibly thought of. So I thought that this was worth covering because, I mean, the first thing he says, he says it's going to be extraordinary and worth waiting for, but I think the second part here is what I'm kind of most interested in because he is really leaning into this territory of, Rockstar is going to basically pull something off that people were not expecting. And I think that that's quite the statement when you consider how high the expectations are for GTA 6. But to be honest, I get it. I kind of feel that way as well. I mean, I do not doubt Rockstar Games will be the one with GTA 6 to truly blow people's minds and reach a level that yeah, people honestly may not have been expecting. So just wanted to kind of throw that in here right after talking about these insane theories that people have. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.